Oh,
Working on
there we
getting rid
go.
of that. Yeah,
Oh, geez.
lock in, kids. No, I want to send my latest version of my storyboard to Josh.
Okay. Oh, you gonna screen share it? You can screen share it.
I'm gonna send it. You screen share it. Oh, it's loading.
Oh.
I got a little bit less than a minute.
Yeah, yeah, that's good. Can you, if I hit play, can you hear it as well?
I don't know. Give it a try. Not so far.
There's no sound yet.
Hear birds.
Yeah, we can't hear it. That's okay. She's just like, oh my God, it worked. And so now she's gonna like imbue the spell with magic. She says a little prayer to her deity. Magic goes bloop. She's waiting for it to do something. And it blows up in her face.
And she dies immediately.
Okay, cool.
And so she's just like, I guess, like she asked for, like, help me with this prayer, and it blew up in her face. So she's like, I guess that's a no. Then it's like helicopter blades, like da 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 da, and like rock music, and they're like flying over the like canyon full of like shards, like magic shards that burst out of the ground. Because they're like rescue helicopter team, but like urban fantasy. So it's like modern technology, but like really heavily magically influenced.
Yeah,
Okay.
this looks great.
That looks good.
Feels very bare in this area. I don't know if you can see my mouse,
I
Yeah.
see it.
but you can put something there to help, like some sort of foreground element to help point at your main character to help direct
Oh,
the
that's a
eye.
good idea.
But it's all like small nitpicky stuff because this is a really good board pack. Very
Is
strong
it
drawings.
I want nitpicky stuff.
is it supposed to
Okay.
be, is there supposed to be a pan there? Like go back to the beginning. I would say do a slight track towards the left to reveal the character. So extend the background so you have a kind of a scope of what's going in the room. You get an idea of the establishing shot. And then when you do the reveal of the character, when she pulls in from the left, then you have the movement to kind of bring the eye over towards something that is happening. And then you do your push.
Yeah, that could
Um,
work. You could also use the environment behind her to tell the whatever story you want to tell about her, right? Like it's
Yeah. Well,
so if
that's
you
like
start over
her
there
little
and move to the
bed
left.
is over here.
yeah,
Yeah,
Like
I
yeah,
would.
like
that blinks, and then it's like junk and stuff. Like she's kind of been put in the shed, if that makes
yeah,
sense.
yeah.
You could do a diagonal track, is what it is. Essentially, like someone's walking across the room in a diagonal, as opposed to swinging across the room, then moving in, which is two steps, which is what Josh is saying to avoid, is do it on a single step where you have a character kind of hold the camera and just move in. It's a move in deeper, is what it is.
Yeah, that's one thing that, especially working in like cheap 2D, I don't think about camera movement like in and through spaces.
You always, I mean, it's how you tell the story. Basically choose what you see, as if somebody's walking in and looking
Hmm.
at the character elements that tell the story.
I think that this sort of works because it's keeping it wide only because you kind of want it to feel like she's been working alone,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right? So like, keeping it wide could help with that. Just stuff like watching the hand pose.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, this is all nitpicky stuff. This is stuff you can do later on down the line, but just like just get some photo reference of you using a French curve,
Hmm.
just making it like a little bit more believable and realistic.
Yeah, our finger kind of disappears. All the
Yeah, yeah.
fingers underneath, they're like in the geometry of the table right now.
Yeah, it's the same thing over here. Like you got a finger that's really thin and all that, but like these are boards, so it's not the biggest deal in the
Fix
world.
it in post.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Fix it in post.
Yeah, I'm
And
not
like
gonna
all
go
this
into
stuff
full
is great.
Naruto with it.
Steer edge, good posing.
Thank you.
And she gets in here. Maybe like when she goes in like this, hands are like really, really expressive.
Yeah.
So like when she goes in like this, you can actually like raise a hand up to her chin, like she's just kind of like she's just soothing herself a little bit, rubbing
Oh,
her
I like
chin,
it.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so she's just looking at it. Like we all kind of do stuff like this. Like this is such a strong board pack. Like, it's all good. There's a lot of blank space around here.
Yeah.
I understand you did that because she stretches and all that, but you can add like a bit of a camera movement to like push in while she's looking at it. just to get rid of this like space, because she does spend like a second or two looking back and forth at it.
So
Goes
start a little
back
wider and
down.
then move in.
Yeah, and then just
instead
move
of
truck in a little bit.
What's the
Okay.
lighting like? Is it going to be darker or lighter or what?
Yeah, the behind her is going to be really dark, so the light is going to be mostly
Yeah,
focused
then
like
you
on her drawing table and stuff.
then you wouldn't need as much because of course it's gonna showcase the
It's going to
characters.
get pushed back.
Got,
Yeah.
and especially if you do depth of field, a little bit of blur on the background too.
Yeah.
People won't notice. No one cares.
Yeah. And like with the little truck in too, you can help eliminate this area right here of all this blank space after
Mhm.
she's done stretching.
Well,
Like it's so small, you don't even have to do it because it's totally fine.
Honestly, just like hearing the thoughts that you have on the panels, how you look at things, because you come from literally the opposite direction mentally than I do. Because I've been looking at the details and fixing all the problems and like going really nitty gritty. So, like framing and composition stuff, just like hearing your unhinged thoughts on it, exactly the type of feedback I'm looking for.
it's
Usually
the-
I cry in the fetal position for at least 10 minutes. So
Yeah, I
it's
got that done this morning.
oh god,
Cried
I
in the
don't know what I'm
shower.
doing.
That's all ready. So
yeah, it's the storytelling that gets me. It's like, what are the other elements that we should notice that reveal the character?
Mhm.
And those little gestures, the looks, and so forth like that. Those are what tell the character, especially if someone is putting that kind of stuff in a script, because a lot of times the board artist is pulling from the script or at least the notes to
Mhm.
kind of get some of these other elements that are in there. And there's a reason why those things should be noticed, especially if the board artist has gone through the entire script and notices that, the earring dangling in the first scene, it gets a callback, in scene 79 kind of idea.
Yeah.
Those sorts of things need to be kind of elaborated on early on for specific reasons, even if the audience doesn't realize that it's important later.
Yeah, I have 8 episodes roughed out, like the
Whoa.
bones of them. I have the first episode like scripted, like it's not like professionally scripted, but actually like recording back the voices is helping me edit the script as I go. So I'm kind of like bouncing back and forth between the two.
Is this
But
for a YouTube thing? Are you putting this on
This
YouTube?
is the
Are you
project I was
pitching it?
talking about, that like story I haven't told that I've
Oh,
been working on since I was 5 years old.
Oh, there we go.
oh,
So
sweet.
that's why the magic and stuff is so elaborate, because I've been designing like what their magic styles are like. So this character, this is her like very tight, meticulous. She's using like the rulers and stuff. So she's too rigid, and she meets somebody who is more of a freestyle dancer who like uses like dancing for magic instead of like a slide rule.
Yeah, yeah.
And so she has to learn to let go and lighten up and have fun, which is like what I've been trying to learn in my soul my whole life.
A very personal project. I watched a like a YouTube documentary on ElfQuest. Wendy and her husband, I forget his name.
Peony,
I just
Richard
saw it
Peony.
too.
Wendy
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Richard Peony.
That's something you might want to. I'll send you a link to it, but it's
For
it's
sure.
sort of the same thing. They created this ElfQuest thing, but
Mm.
it's all from like Wendy's personal traumas and her way she grew up and all this other stuff. And
Yeah, this is
I think
this
there's
is my therapy story that I've been writing for my whole life. There's so much content. Like I've been working on it. Like I'm 40 years old, so I've been working on it for 35 years.
wow.
Should do
So-
a,
So here I am.
as opposed to a graphic novel, you should do an illustrated novel.
So
Honestly,
here I
I'm
am.
just gonna do this, and whatever comes from it comes from
Oh,
it.
no. If you got all that much stuff, you got to go full token. Okay. Come
Well,
on.
let's see. Let's make 3 minutes. That's what Josh said. I can't think too far ahead. I just have to make the first 3 minutes.
Yeah, you just
No.
got to make it exist little
So
bit by
this is
little
1
bit.
minute of, well, almost 1 minute.
This is a big epic thing. I'm like, hey, you might want to draw a hand stroking the chin. I've been working on this for 30 years.
That's exactly what I don't see, because I look at it from a very technical point of view. So I'm not
Yeah.
seeing those little ways that I can show the way she's feeling internally. I didn't do a lot of character animation, or I only did it once the storyboarding was done, once the story was told. So it's just a matter of like mechanics of animation. And I approach animation in a very clinical way because I had to work at such fast paces, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, absolutely.
My tip for you would be to make a list of the character actions, gestures, little things that she does, like stroke her chin whenever she thinks. That's her tell kind of idea. These little tells that indicate certain behaviors, and use them consistently. So whenever she thinks, she strokes her chin kind of idea.
Or something like puts her fingers on her
You
cheeks.
know, whatever. Yeah, you make a
Cold
list of
hands.
like, you don't
Cold
need
hands.
many of them. You just need 3 or 4 to kind of convey the key emotions, so that later in a story, when she is in a certain situation where she can't dialogue articulate her emotions, she does something like that, and that indicates that she's worried.
Yeah, stuff like you have like a lot of blank space on the left hand side right here, and she's looking down at her drawing table right here, but her drawing table barely makes it on frame.
Right.
So
that
we're
should
not
be up
actually
higher.
getting. Yeah. So just like readability. Like I'm just looking at the more practical side of stuff.
Love it.
Oh, let's just go forward. Yep. Like this is a prayer. She puts a little ketchup and mustard on there.
Yep.
Yeah, it seeps in. Like even something like this, you can kind of play with a little bit of the camera angles and stuff. So she has this glow that starts at her chest. You can actually like go in like a little even closer on the chest to really sell that movement, like something's happening. Like it's the first time the audience has seen something like this.
Right.
So you could play with the pacing and sort of slow it down and be like, oh look, like there's something special going on here we really have to pay attention to. Something's really happening here that's super, super special. And then cut back wide and bloop. It seeps in. Maybe move her a little closer here since she's supposed to be a little closer. And then tighten it up.
Yeah.
Same thing. And have her lean in really close to it, even to have a subtle camera movement that pushes in.
Oh, good. I like it.
So it's even more of a surprise when the explosion happens. Slow down the pacing and everything, like, make the tension rise.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, like play with all that stuff, and then bablam, she's dead. You cut back and her face is completely mangled.
Cartoon violence. Everybody's fine.
Yeah, and then even start this pose with like fill the screen with smoke, like let the audience kind of like go like, oh my god, is she okay? And then reveal, like have the smoke get pushed aside and reveal that she's in some boxes. You can even have it's just her legs, right?
Okay.
So when the smoke clears and it's just her legs, the audience is like, oh my god, she's dead, right? And then she like gets up, she's like, oh, like that sucked. And then she says her line, and then poof.
You could always have something that indicates
Obsidian and old.
It's obsidian and gold.
Oh.
Yeah, you could always have something if you wanted to give a bit more of a start to the character's situation by having something that implies there's been greater violence, like you have pools of liquid on the floor, something like that kind of resembles the idea of blood, but of course you pan up and it finds out it's a spilled ink or something.
Well, I can really smash in that, the shelf, and have things like busted and the things like I didn't push the environment destruction as much as I could have.
Yeah. Well, the reason why, of course, is everyone knows that as soon as you start a story, you don't kill off the main character very quickly in the first few seconds. But if you wanted
sometimes
to have...
you do. Sometimes it's super fun. You make the audience believe that this is going to be the main character. Like, what was that Deep Blue Sea, where it's like, who gets eaten? Is it Morgan Freeman?
Yeah, well, yeah, that's a horror movie. You're supposed to expect that. But I mean, it's sort of like sort of like the point is it becomes a gag after a while. It's like Sean Bean in Game of Thrones. He gets killed in every damn movie he's in, and then he gets in Game of Thrones in the first season, and the first episode, I'm like, watch it. He's going to get killed. He's going to get killed by the end of the season. He's toast, and it's like, it's no longer a surprise if it's Sean Bean. He's going to die. Simple
I'm really
as that.
okay with like cliche stories. Like I don't mind a cliche. And I mean, this is, like I said, it's an urban fantasy homage to the tropes of the, like, one of my favorite urban fantasy stories is this lady who pumps out books like 6 weeks a book. I don't know how she goes so fast, but it's all just like she has a bucket full of the most overused tropes and she just digs in and grabs something. Like there's someone who's like a half sorcerer, half ghost.
Yeah.
I'm like, how do you have a half ghost? Like this, she's like, I don't care. I'm going to do everything that sounds fun to me. And she just like throws it in there. I'm like, that's where I'm headed with this. I'm not trying to make high art.
I want to talk about this final sequence with the helicopter and stuff.
Okay, you have 4 minutes and 30 seconds.
4 minutes? Oh, God. Okay, so we start off on the helicopter blades. and the helicopter's kind of wobbling through the scene.
Yep.
And then we cut inside and there's some dialogue. So I just want to know, like, what's the is this sort of like a reveal of a helicopter? Is this supposed to be like what are you going for
I just
with
wanted to
this?
really contrast the like lack of technology, and like I wanted to do like heavy metal in the background, so it goes from like her studious and alone out into like ooh, da, 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 da. So like heavy on the sound effects of the like the helicopter and everybody's yelling over it.
There might be something there. Like you can sort of world build something having some sort of creatures in the foreground of a different shot, and they look up and they hear a helicopter coming, and then it's sort of like you're building up to revealing that there's a like a helicopter. Like I'm trying to talk all
Oh, I
fast.
know. I could have them leaving the city, have a little bit more world building,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then going out into the canyon.
Well,
Yeah.
maybe like it doesn't have to be like that. It could be anything. It could just be like, you just show something from this world that they occupy, and then the characters react to the sound of a helicopter. They look up, and then you see the helicopter come in the distance, and then you can like sort of like look at like stuff like Apocalypse Now and like any of those like Vietnam movies where they have these amazing shots of the helicopters flying through the air and how they're revealed.
Yeah.
And just kind of like try to do that. Like you're supposed to be going like impressive and big. So
Yeah.
so if you're thinking about impressive and big, you're always looking up. Like
Mm.
so it's like a down shot of the helicopter is fine, but there's probably something there that you can sort of mix with your storytelling to make it pop a little bit more. Like other than that, it's like all this stuff is boarded really nicely.
Thank you.
Like
Yeah,
this stuff is
the
great.
technical side I feel more confident in. Just, I mean, how many thousand backgrounds do you have to draw before you?
Yeah. And even something like this, you can go in like a little closer to get rid of some of this like extra, well, I think it's fine because you're showing sort of it's like a wide shot of the background. So it's like, again, like all this stuff is just small, but it's totally fine.
Hmm.
Again, like a nice wide shot, maybe like a little, like, going a little closer, make like the inside of the helicopter feel a little more claustrophobic.
Okay.
But other than that, like this is, yeah, super strong board pack. Really, really nice. Good poses, good drawings.
Thanks,
Yeah.
guys.
I'd hire you if I had that ability.
If there was any work on the go, listen, just
Yeah.
put
If
me
there's
on
any
your
work
team
out there.
first when the work shows up.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Cool. No, very well done. Nicely
Yeah,
done.
thanks for coming a bit early today. I got to go do a holiday chalkboard. That's
So,
what we're doing for
um,
money these days, guys.
Chalkboards. Yeah.
Festive
That's-
chalkboard. Honestly, it's so good for my nerves to just draw like happy holidays stuff, like little bulbs, and I need a little bit of peace and goodwill this time of year.
Indeed. All right. Take care then.
Bye.
See ya.
Peace. Bye.
Bye.